Everybody, Rachelle Jones Luncheon Live at 11:45. It's Friday, November 8th. I think I missed you last week. Last week I was away. I was out of town. I was in New York City for my very first time for a beautiful friend who was getting married. And my husband and I had an amazing time, but there was a piece of me that thought, should I try to squeeze it in? But I didn't. I just decided to be present in that moment. So I am happy to be back here with you today. So today I was thinking about a topic that hit me. I was reading something. I've been pondering some things and studying some things and, just like paying attention to some things. And I had a message that hit me. Hi, Cheryl. I had a message that hit me that I thought was pretty powerful that I wanted to share with you. So it's actually to me. It might resonate with you too, but it was actually to me when I heard it. So the message was about, for me, the way I heard it was, sometimes I can be a little bit too focused on what's being done through me that I miss what's being done in me. Like I'm living outside. If this is myself, right, and I'm living just outside of that, focusing on the external outside outcomes for other people. Because, my class is valuable and I seriously live it and believe in it and want other people to experience it, but I live just outside of myself sometimes, right? And so it's this constant battle, this constant focus to be still inside of myself too. So because my life is still going on as well. I have kids and obligations and activities and different things. And so I can get messy if I'm not paying attention. Because it is a gift. I learned in kindergarten. Don't we learn in kindergarten or preschool about sharing? Or if you have siblings, you learn about sharing. And I have something that's so fantastic and wonderful. Of course I want to share it. But I have to be still with that sometimes. So when I'm focusing on through me, I'm a seed planter, right? These are some things, some messages, some labels I can put on that, or that I've heard other people use. I'm planting seeds. I'm sharing info. I've got to, spread this message. I've got to send this forward. I've got to share. I'm a guide. If I'm focusing on being a guide, then I'm really focusing on changing them. If I'm a mentor. Well, if I'm focusing on being a mentor, sometimes I could be really focused on changing them. I'm a portal. I'm a connector. I'm a bridge. So those types of messages for me are through style messages. I'm stepping just outside of myself, looking over there, right? Through. That's coming from an energy or a space of do. And do is busy. Do is noisy. It keeps my energy like bing, 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 and I'm here and I'm there and I'm everywhere and I'm just busy and full all the time and I'm like got stuff up to my eyeballs. I can't even see right? I can't see life. I can't see my moments, my whatever. When I'm coming from the eyes of in, when I'm not thinking through me, but I'm thinking, I miss what's being done inside of me. When I'm focusing on what's being done inside of me, I can feel a sense of calm. I'm looking at myself. I feel a sense of calm. I feel focused. I feel clear. I feel in awe, in wonder. I feel, it's like a pause. I feel empowered. Oh, wow. I know what to do. Wow, that's really cool. And so then what grows in that is gratitude. When I'm able to sit and reflect, hi, Marinelli, when I'm able to pause and reflect and just look inside of myself, and I try to do that kind of constantly so I don't live outside of myself for too long, so I could catch it pretty quickly. But I feel empowered because I know how. I know how to pause. I know how to find the stillness. I know how to look inside of me. I'm paying attention to my heart. I'm not afraid of pain so much because I know it's coming. I mean, I'd love to tell you stuff's never going to come again, but I know what to do. So that's where that empowerment comes from. I can sit with other people's hearts and not need to fix them and have a message come through me to them, but I can sit with them and be in their moment. Does that make sense? So whether it's mine or theirs, if I'm thinking of in, then I'm just present for you. I'm not trying to do something or fix something or change something or blah, 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 right? And that's coming from a seat or an energy. I pushed a button on accident. So that comes from an energy of be. So if I'm thinking through all the time, I'm coming from an energy of do. Busy, noisy. If I am thinking in, if I'm constantly reflecting into myself, then I'm coming from an energy of be. I'm being something. And that's quiet. But it's also gratitude, right? It's wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, then I'm constantly seeing where I've come from and where I am. And I'm constantly thankful for what I've learned and grown. Now we tell people when they're going through hard times, well, be grateful for what you have. But if they haven't been able to look and sort through the weight, the heaviness, the pain of their experiences, just throwing myself into gratitude is not going to work very well. And if you have been told that message, you've probably experienced that. Go ahead and comment if you have. So do versus be. Very, very different. Hi, thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for joining in. So when I am wanting to be in a place of be for someone else, I'm not trying to fix them. I'm not trying to send this message, send this thing I know, send. Because that's so noisy. It's also felt by that other person as, yeah, you have. It's felt by that other person as noisy. It's felt as judgmental. It's felt as analytical. It's felt as criticism. It's felt yucky. If I'm just going to jump into my advice, my fixes, it doesn't feel good to that person if I'm coming from a place of through. Through or do, those are yucky, right? So when I'm reflective, when I'm coming from a place of be and just in myself and aware of myself, and I'm, if my body's here and I'm living inside of there, then I have the stillness and the ability to just hear people. I can hear where they are and stand firm and rooted. I can bend where they need me to bend because I'm patient and aware of what their needs are. I'm being something with them. We always need to hear first. If it's painful, I can acknowledge that without fear that, oh no, they're lost, something's going to happen, I didn't get a chance to tell them the message. You see how noisy that is? If I'm coming from a reflective inside being, then I can match them. That's what we need to do. We need to match people, not take them to the next thing. The healing, the recovery, the fix, the do. I can match them. Oh, that must be painful. Oh my gosh. Oh, that must have been horrible. Oh, that must have hurt. I can be with them in their story. And if you're not able to do that for real from your heart still, then you're not coming from a place of be. So in grief recovery classes, we talk about being a heart with ears, and that's what it is. And we can't do that for you as specialists if we have not done it for ourselves. In fact, my favorite specialists are the ones who go hardcore after every piece of hurt that they can find in their life, in their history, and stay current as they go forward. Right? They're my favorite specialists, if I can say that. That's what a heart with ears. We need to hear each other's hearts, hear their emotion, hear what they're trying to say. If they say whatever, I need to be, oh, ow, or, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I need to hear them. And that's going to come from a very, I love this. Thanks for good analogy. We've got hearts. Yes, very true. Awesome. Glad this is resonating with you. So we want to be in, we want to be something. And we can't do that unless we've done it ourselves. So oftentimes, some ways to get into the how do we get in? Well, obviously a grief recovery method class for you is amazing because it gives you the gift of being inside of yourself, being with someone else. You can't tell the hurting person who's buried, you need to do this, you need to do this. Well, are you open to ideas? After you've heard them, you can go into, I have some ideas if you need any. I have some ideas when you're ready. Are you open to some ideas? I know some things I've tried that have been really helpful. Would you like some of those ideas? I have the patience and the grace and the space to just offer my idea in the form of a question. Are you open to some ideas? I have some things that I'm aware of. Would you like to hear about them? Or when you're ready, I'd love to share them with you. That comes from a place of stillness. If I am not still, I open up my book or my brain and I say, well, you need to do this. Well, you need to try that. Well, you need to call this person. Well, you need to go through that. Well, have you tried this? Have you done that? And as soon as I start telling someone what they need to do, or what they should do, or what they've got to do, or what they're going to do, I'm coming from through, I'm coming from do, and I'm coming from busy, noisy energy. And that busy, noisy energy crowds out the voice of the person's heart because their heart needs to be heard. So if you are in the place of a listener ever, I hope you've taken the time to go through one of my classes or another specialist classes, grief recovery method specialist, let me be clear. So you can come from a place of be with them, because that is the most valuable. Think about it. When you went through what hurt you? What didn't feel good? And somebody said, well, you need to. Well, I can't believe they. Well, you should have. Well, I would have. Does that feel like you were heard? Did it feel good? Well, this book says that. Well, that mentor said that. Not from a place of be. Not from an introspective, I found stillness place. So I hope that's helpful to you. I have my little thoughts here. I do have one more 2-day class this year on November 16, 17. It's a Saturday, Sunday, which is next weekend? I have that available. I'd love to have you. You just need to send me an email to get your enrollment started. It's not... It's 2 days. It's not super intrusive into your life. Otherwise, we have 8-week classes. They're 8 one-on-one sessions. And not everyone has 8 weeks. Not everyone has their 8 1.5-hour sessions. Well, not everyone has that kind of time, or maybe they travel. Maybe their schedule's all over the place. Not everyone has that. So grief recovery method is not just for hurting. It's for preparing yourself before the hurt comes. It's for preparing yourself so you know what to do for yourself. It's for preparing yourself so you know what to do for the people around you when they're hurting. It's education so you're aware. We don't wait to learn how to read until we have to start writing college papers. No, we've been learning it all along. We've been preparing ourselves all along, so it takes some of the fear down, right? We can have fear if we're worried about how we're going to do and what's going to end up like, and all that stuff. That's anxiety, that's noise. But we've done a lot of work up to that moment, right? And grief recovery method is the same. It's an educational thing to do to prepare you for what's coming, to prepare you for what's coming on anyone's end. But it lets you come from a place of be. You gotta be something. And the minute you start coming from do, you hurt people. I don't want you to hurt. I don't want people to hurt you. And I don't want you to hurt others, because that hurts too, to know that you're hurting people. That feeling of, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. That panic feeling hurts you. So then you say something dumb like, well, I went through something similar, and, you've got to do this, or you've got to do that, or, you just got to stay really busy. You're going to say, those are all not helpful. You're not going to get anything more than you can handle. Terrible, terrible message, because they're currently probably not handling that one very well. So the thing is, on the inside, I just want you to consider coming from a place of be, which comes from regular introspection into yourself, And I'm going to be honest, it's very, very, very challenging and difficult to sort through the noise of the through and the do when we have a lifetime's teaching and learning what we should be doing. We should be looking to other people, share with them what we know. This book says whatever, I've got to teach them this, I've got to use this to teach them, I've got to do that. And we're stepping on each other's toes. So my specialty, my expertise is loving ourselves for real on the inside so that we're changed, so that we're well, so that we're be. But my specialty is also connection with ourselves, with other people. Love and connection, we need it somewhere. We got to start with ourselves. My alarm to tell me I've got to go. So anybody have questions, thoughts, wonders, concerns? I'm going to open the door now. As you know, I'm in the car to pick up a child from school. So anybody have any thoughts, questions? It looks like there's a lot of feedback today. So true. Listening and being is so valuable. Yeah, you're right. And you know that, don't you? Firsthand. Maybe it's been done to you, but maybe you've had the good fortune of doing it to others. And what does that feel like? For me, it's amazing. Yay. You have a special way to connect. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Cheryl says, yep, very noisy. Yeah, through and do. So noisy and hurtful. Well, everybody, that's what I have for today. I will love if you're on the replay. Send me your thoughts. Send me your wonders, your questions. If you want to enroll for that 2-day class next weekend, November 16, 17, just send me an email or comment on this. Tag your friends, whatever you want to do to spread good information. Be a good friend. I love you all. I hope that this message finds you well, at least on the journey there, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye, everybody.